Okay, Martin, make you a little video real quick, showing you a few things on my DMX. Alright, so we're going to start off just opening the software. Okay, we're just going to start it out like I'm assuming you normally do. Open up weddings. Okay, so we go over to the editor, and as you can see I have a bunch of scenes right here. Now all these scenes that I have here also translate into the user screen. So now you have a button for your different colors, different fades, and pretty much just anything that you want to make. So I'll show you real quick how to make some of these buttons. That way in the future you know how to do this. Alright, so first thing you want to do is always hit new scene. Alright, if you don't hit new scene, like let's just say for example, you know, we're on this slow rainbow right here. If you were to make something else, you would be overriding that. So just good practice, make sure you always hit new scene before you change anything. And it's going to pop down right here, new scene. First I'll show you the effects generator, which is probably what you'll be working with most of the time. Now before you go into the effects generator, you want to go ahead and turn your intensity up on your color buttons. Alright, so now that we have the intensity up here, we're going to click on FX. Okay, now when you get to the effects screen, it gives you this sub-menu, I guess. And what it's doing is it's asking you which lights do you want to control with this effects generator. So as you can see right here, you have back walls, dance floor, ceiling walls. For this demonstration, we're just going to leave everything checked. Hit OK. Alright. And it's going to bring you up to this. Now we're going to go right to color mixing. Color mixing, we're going to turn that on. I'm going to hit rainbow. Now you can play around with these other ones and see what they do. And so right now we have a 5-step rainbow. Well, let's go ahead and slow that down. If you want to slow it down a little bit more, you can bring your size up. Okay, now let's just say the client only wants red and blue. Alright, so we'll tell it the first color be blue, and just to make it a little bit more complex, we'll add a black in there so it doesn't fade into too much purple. And black and blue. Okay, and the reason I'm putting the black in there is if you put the red right under the blue, you're going to notice a lot of pinks, a lot of purples in between the fade. So this kind of gives it a chance to fade from red straight to blue. So it's going to be blue, then it's going to go black, and then it's going to go red. We'll just do it like this. Alright, we're going to hit OK. So what we have now is a red and blue rainbow. We'll go ahead and see if we can get over here and show you. Alright, and this is all your lights still in the red and blue. Got a little bit of green in there, but good enough. Alright, so now once you make one of these effects, just go ahead and hit this X. That's going to ask you, do you want to generate a scene? And what that's doing is that's programming all the steps that it takes to make this. So when I click yes, you'll see you now have, I don't know, 20 steps. And this is just saving you the hassle of manually making this. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and click here and name it. Name this example for you. Alright, hit enter. Alright, so now when I go to the user screen, over here somewhere, yep, there we go, example. Alright. Now, One thing that you might wish to do is maybe you don't want example all the way on the end of your menu. Just go back to your editor and find example, and then just hit this up button, and we'll change its position to the very top. That way when you go back to user screen, you have it right there. To turn off the lights, obviously you have a blackout button now. Okay, now another thing you can do, let's go ahead and make a new scene. Another type of effects is manually creating one. By manually I mean you're telling the red when and how you want it to dim up or down. So for this example, we'll just do the reds. Should be easy to see on the camera. All right, so we turn on the red. Then we go here. As you can see, this straight line represents the intensity of the red right now, which is right around 50%. Let me go ahead and bring the dimmer up as well. Alright, now what I'm doing is I'm taking the dimmer all the way to its maximum value, which is 255. So as you can see, the green line moves up. So you'll have to turn on the dimmer and then the red. Well, let's go back to red. And then right here, we have all these different shapes basically that I can hit. So if I hit that, you can see what it's doing is it's going to go start at 50%, start bouncing up and down until it gets to 100% in the bounce, and then back to 0. Just to give you an idea, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so go back here. It's a little bit much, and we'll change that shape to the sinus. Now, as you can see, it's much slower, much smoother fade. And we're just fading in and out. Alright. Now, another thing you can do is turn on some blues. Now, when you turn on the blue, you'll see you're going to be at 50% constant. So what that is the blue's staying at 50%, but the red's going up and down. It makes real nice purples, pinks, reds, and blues, etc. So we can also change how the blue fades. It looks like that. I don't know if you can really tell in the video, but the blue is really doing a fast strobe while the red's doing a slow fade. It's a pretty cool look. And you just play around with this effects generator. You'll find you can make some very interesting designs. Alright, now we're going to close this. As you can see, it says you want to generate it. Now I'm going to click yes, but let's just say you're messing around with the generator and you don't want to keep that, you just completely screwed up. Just hit no. But we'll click yes. Alright, and go here, rename it. I'll call this example 2. And we should have it all the way at the end of our menu. Bam. There we go. Okay, so next, go ahead and create a new scene. Now every time you create a new scene, your light's going to go black. So let's say for example, the client's very particular and they want a certain look that you can go ahead and program. So what we'll do is we'll bring our dimmer up on all of the color buttons, and then we'll manually pull up the intensity levels. I believe this is a process you're probably used to by now. Now you can also save any of your preset chases that the lights have built in that you've been using. You can go ahead and program that into a scene. But for this example, we're just going to make green. So go through and turn your pars green. And there you go. You have the room green right now. And It's called new scene, but we don't want to call it that. I'm gonna call it green 2 since I already have a green program for you. Sorry. And there you go, simple as that. So now you just made another scene. So that method works for if you want to save, like if you have a particular function that you've been using that you want on one of these buttons, that's how you would do it. And I believe that's just about all I can show you right now. Well, I could show you one more thing. I'm sorry. If you go over here, these are your steps in the scene. Let's say we want this to go green and then red. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this button right here, make a new step. So now my top step is green, and then the second step is green also, but we want that to be red. So what we're going to do is we're making a scene that's going to flash between red and green. I do apologize for the video probably being shaky as hell. Alright, so number 2 is red, and then if I click on 1, I'm green. Okay, so we can save it just like that, and you really don't have to save anything since you just adjusted a preset scene. Now green 2, as you can see, is just jumping red and green. Now for, let's say you wanted to fade between red and green, I would suggest using the effects generator, like I showed you just a second ago. But if you want to do maybe some of your hard strobes, or I really don't know what else you would use it for, but that's how you would do it if you wanted to manually create a scene or steps in a scene. And there you go. Alright, well there you have it. One more thing before you close out, just make it a habit to go here, hit save the show. That way, as you use the software down the road, you can save all your buttons that you use for different clients and not have to recreate so much stuff. Well, there you go. If you have any questions, just give me a call. Thank you.